Good morning, Magic. It's Thursday, April 16th, 2020, and today I am honored to be joined by Sheldon Menery.
Hey, Gavin. Thanks for having me.
Now, Sheldon, just in case someone doesn't know who you are, what's your background?
I am a founding member and public face of the Commander Rules Committee, the ruling body of the format. I'm commonly regarded as the creator of the format when I took the proto idea from my gaming group and friends in Anchorage, Alaska when I was there, and massaged it and turned it into the beginnings of the format that became Commander. I recently spent a few months out there in Renton as a Magic designer, working on, of course, our favorite format.
So Wizards manages most of Magic, and the Rules Committee, that's you, Scott Larrabee, Toby Elliott, and Gavin Dugan, manage Commander. What are some of the ways that we work together?
There's a pretty great working relationship between the RC and R&D. The set lead designer will generally loop us in several places during the process, and that's if not one of us is on the team. You know, Scott has been on 5 Commander design teams. I was on one of the most recent ones, so we have insight there.
So let's go right in to a hot button topic. Companion. How much did you know about it in advance?
Yeah, we saw Companion early on, so we knew it was coming. And then when I was there in October and November, I spent some considerable time talking with rules manager Eli Schifrin about how and why Companion would and should work.
Companions are really exciting to build around, and there's been a lot of discussion around how they're legal in Commander. Can you speak to what led to that decision?
The reason we think Companion is okay is twofold. One, it's just a cool mechanic. We believe that restriction breeds creativity, and Companion definitely does that, with the obvious exception, which I'm sure we're going to talk about, being Lutri. We see it as a narrowing of the field instead of an expansion of the field, and that hits on why Companion is okay as compared to Wishes, and Wishes being shorthand for anything that references outside the game cards. They play in the same space, but they're different. Companion is self-referential and self-limiting, so Companion only talks about itself, whereas Wishes talk about other cards. They're expansive. So while Companion, we believe, is focused and will lead to creativity, Wishes can tend to lead to homogenization, which of course we don't like.
Let's talk about the otter in the room, Lutri. What led to you banning it right away?
Lutri got banned because it provides a free, and when I say free, I mean with 0 opportunity cost, 101st card that you know you're going to start with in your opening hand. Because of the way Companion works, there is generally an opportunity cost to providing companions because you have to build with the deck building restrictions. Lutri doesn't have a deck building restriction as far as Commander is concerned. Even the best cards in your deck, I don't care whether you think it's Sol Ring or Solemn Simulacrum, those have an opportunity cost. They take up a slot. Lutri literally didn't take up a slot. So we had talked with the folks in R&D pretty extensively about this, and I have to be honest with you, we even considered letting Lutri free for the first quarter to see if it was as bad as we thought it was. And we consulted with the Commander Advisory Group on this and got their thoughts on it. And they had some pretty good takes on the whole discussion. And I think the one that swayed us the most, because we've never emergency banned a card before, was we didn't want people to acquire the card thinking that it was going to be good and then ban it 3 months later. Since there was a really, really strong chance that we knew that we were going to ban Lutri, we didn't want to create any false impressions for people, and because I think the feel bads for some people right now are pretty strong, but I think the feel bads would have been worse had people had gone out and gotten it, and then we banned it. There's a full explanation on the Commander website, mtgcommander.net, about this, and on next week's update on 420, even deeper.
I know some people have wondered if it could have been only banned as a companion and still allowed as the Commander or in the 99. Any thoughts on that?
Well, we don't make corner case rules just for a few cards. The reason we got rid of Band as Commander was that only 3 or 4 or maybe 5 cards fit. And when you make rule sets, you make them for the primary use cases, not the corner cases. So those 3 or 4 commanders or these few companions don't make sense from a rules administration and messaging perspective. Those of us who spend a lot of time on social media talking about the format, we're heavily invested. There is a huge swath of the Commander player base who aren't as heavily invested. So we also want to make sure that we're messaging to them, that they don't have to spend a lot of time making sure that their ban lists and whatnot don't have several components to them. Magic players are really smart. We understand that you could process Band as Commander or Band as Companion or other similar circumstances, but it just seems unnecessary to layer that much administration onto such a small subset of the cards in the format.
So what are some of the cards in Ikoria you're most excited to put into your Commander decks?
The whole Ikoria family is just chock full of so many good cards that you and I could spend a long, long time talking about exactly which ones are going to go into my suite of now 53 Commander decks.
Okay. How about just 3?
Mythos of Snap decks is going to get slammed right into my Queen Marchesa, Long May She Reign deck. It does exactly what I want it to do, provides me the opportunity to become the Monarch and stay the Monarch. I will make fair play of Vivian Monsters Advocate. I'm going to have to resist the urge to put that into 3 or 4 different decks. The third card that I'm going to pick is Deflecting Swat. It's the free one that gets to change the target of something. So as soon as someone has the big fireball or something to somebody's face, well, they're going to do it to themselves.
Thank you so much for joining, Sheldon. It's been amazing to have a true Magic luminary on the show. Any parting thoughts?
Yeah, I want to give a quick shout out to all the Commander fans. Thanks for all your support through my personal things, and of course, as we navigate together 2020, the year of Commander. I look forward to seeing you all in person once all this nonsense is behind us and we can get together again wherever it might be. Thanks to you, Gavin, for having me. I'm sure that you and I will see each other sooner rather than later.
Thanks for watching, and we'll talk again soon. You got this.